on there. John Tory will be addressing the media and they'll be very yes.
So we are on today approximately shortly after 10 p.m. What happened was police responded to a 911 call for sounds of gunshots. Upon police arrival, there was a suspect who police had identified as suspect at that particular point in time. There was an exchange of gunfire, and I can tell you right now that as a result of this, approximately 15 people have been hit with gunfire. 14 are not. Let me take that back. There are 15 in total. One is the alleged suspect. The other 14 are victims. I can tell you that one has succumbed to their injuries at this point in time. A young girl is in critical state right now, and the other 13 are in hospital being treated. The investigation is ongoing right now. Sorry for the delay, but due to the magnitude of the particular crime scene, because it covered a bit of distance, we want to make sure that we take every precaution necessary to ensure that the environment is safe. I can tell you that it's early in the investigation. The biggest reason that I'm here is that I'm making an appeal. We're looking for anyone that saw anything. And this is critical because what happens is a lot of times people will tend to vet out their information when in fact it could be extremely important to our investigation. So if anybody saw anything at any time here at Danforth and Logan going west towards Broadview, if they could please contact the police at 416-808-2222 or call Crime Stoppers. If you have any dash cams and you're in the area, if you're on Danforth, please give us a call so we can extract that evidence. It's very crucial for us to put all of these pieces together to figure out exactly what happened so that we can resolve this investigation to its full so we can fully comprehend exactly what happened today. I can tell you right now that there is nothing that seems to, because it's early, we don't have a lot of what has caused the motivation of this, and we're actively investigating that right now. So the appeal to the public, if you do have any information or if you do have any knowledge of why this may have occurred, to please give us a call and help us out to help resolve this as soon as possible.
Chief, why the detonation? Why the detonation?
Why the detonation? From the very beginning, please.
Sorry.
If you wouldn't mind, because if some of us are rushing to get here, if you wouldn't mind just recapping from the top.
Oh, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Chief, why tell us about the suspect? How did the suspect?
We err on the side of caution whenever we have anything. We try to treat this like a jigsaw puzzle, and we want to make sure that we maximize safety of the public, safety of the first responders that are here on scene. So anytime we have anything that even remotely looks innocuous, we'll err on the side of caution. And if we see things that we may need to disrupt, then we will disrupt it. It's more precautionary, nothing more, nothing less.
Chief, the only person dead, that's the shooter, correct? And one girl in critical condition?
No, we have, other than the shooter, we have a young lady that is deceased right now. And we have a young girl, 9 years old, that is in critical state at this point.
Can you tell us how the suspect died?
Sorry?
Can you tell us how the shooter died?
No, it appears that it may be gunshot wounds, and the post-mortem will determine that. I wasn't there, we don't know. We're trying to descale it to the best of our ability to make sure that we're accurate with exactly what happened. I can tell you there was an exchange of gunfire. I'm glad that my officers are safe, and I'm glad that it is resolved. I'm not happy that we have quite a few people that have been victims of gunplay, which is why we have so many resources that are here right now. But as we start to unfold the investigation, hopefully we'll have a better understanding of what motivated this to happen, and try to do our best to inform the public.
Chief Saunders, a few days ago, you rolled out the program to have more officers on the streets of Toronto. 200 more officers. Were some in this area at the time of the shooting?
No, absolutely. The response was fairly quick. The resources, as you can see, are here. We have a command post. We work with first responders. Toronto Fire was excellent working with us, as well as the Toronto Paramedics. And the resource issue was not an issue at all. It worked to our advantage.
Can you confirm with us one more time how many people were shot, and can you repeat the nature of their injuries, including information about the suspect?
Well, all is as a result of gunfire, and it's a total of 15, including the suspect, or the alleged suspect, and 14 others. One of those 14 is deceased, one is critical, and the others are being treated right now.
What do we know about the suspect, Chief?
Nothing at this point in time. That's why I'm here. I'm asking for that appeal. If anybody may know, homicide is here, and they're taking lead of the investigation, as well as a lot of specialized resources that are here as well too. I certainly have the resources to try to figure out exactly what happened. It's going to take some time, and as we unfold, when we can provide more information, we definitely will. But right now, it's important that we don't speculate, and we try to figure this thing out to the best of our ability.
Chief, can you give us a timeline from the beginning to the end, from the beginning of the shooting to the end? Can you give us a timeline, sir?
No, I can tell you it was shortly after 10. It was not that long after, but either way.
Do we know how many locations he stopped at?
No, I'm not going to get into the minutiae of this investigation. The question, Wendy?
Do you know what kind of handgun was used? Gun was used? Was it a handgun?
It was a handgun, yes.
Chief, what was detonated?
Terror at all at this point?
What's that?
Are you looking into terror?
I'm keeping everything open. I'm looking at absolutely every single possible motive for this. I mean, when you have this many people that are struck by a gunfire, it's a grave concern. I certainly want to find out exactly what it is, and so I'm not closing any doors or any chapters on this, and I certainly don't want to speculate as well too. So once we have a better concrete picture of exactly what happened and what the motivation was behind it, we definitely will be having a further conversation on that.
But you are calling it a random shooting?
No, I'm not calling it random. This person was here, and he definitely shot. I don't know why he did what he did. He won't be able to tell us because he is deceased. But I can tell you, as law enforcement, it's important for us to try to break it down, right down to the minutiae, to figure out exactly what happened and why it happened.
There is video and pictures of this alleged suspect out there. Are you guys looking at that sort of thing?
That's exactly what we do. Yeah, we look at every aspect. We've got numerous witnesses that are here, but you know what? I'm not going to close the door. And I don't want people that are sitting there thinking, well, because you have witnesses, I don't need to help. You may have that piece that is critical to give us that full picture. We are looking at technology, so any types of cameras that are going to be available, dash cams that may be in the neighborhood. It's on the Danforth, one of the busiest streets in the country. So I'm hoping that there are more avenues, more opportunities for us to get those small pieces of the puzzle to help us try to figure out exactly what happened. I'll take 2 more questions.
Can you speak to the response here? When we got here, we noticed obviously a huge police presence. We know there are an additional 200 officers now deploying the streets from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. Can you speak to us about the numbers and how police responded to them?
Well, I thought that I answered that in the sense that we had lots of resources that were able to respond to it. So I don't have any issues with the response. I'm grateful that the officers that did respond, the first ones on scene, are not in harm's way. They were put in harm's way. This could have been a completely different story, but at the same token, I have victims, and I have concerns about that, and I have other people who are shot, and so it certainly is not a day that I'm happy. I know that it could have been worse, but I'm glad that the officers responded, and I believe that with their quick response, it was able to resolve the situation much quicker had we taken more time to get to see. One more question. You've asked a lot. I'm going to ask this.
Was the city on any sort of alert, like we were the last week before, with any identified threats against the city? Was there anything to indicate that something might have been going on this week?
No, there's nothing that gave me anything that would be considered credible. We're living in a different time right now, and we've got 2.8 million people in the city of Toronto, the largest city, 4th largest in North America. When you look at the global footprint of some of the issues and pressures that are occurring, especially when it comes to motivations for doing things, it is a concern. And we know that urban cities are much more vulnerable than much smaller type of entities. I can tell you that we do have resources that investigate this on a day-to-day basis. From an intelligence perspective, from an operational perspective, this is something that we look at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I want the public to be reassured that it's not reactive. We always have a plan to play, always behind the scenes, always working, and it's not that we sit back and wait for things to happen. We've disrupted in the past, we'll continue to disrupt in the future, but just bearing in mind that it is a different world that we live in, and I would always ask for vigilance. If anyone sees anything that is of concern, to give us a call and make us aware, and we'll do what we need to do as law